Okay, in this video it really is part 3 of the FTX videos, but I'm just going to post it by itself. And that is how you could do it for prepping or survivalists, obviously for militias also, but do a bug out exercise. This occurred to me when I was at work for overtime. Simulate how you anticipate you're going to bug out. But remember to follow the laws when you're doing the exercise. So if your state requires that you have to keep your firearms cased inside your vehicles, then do that. So also watch your speed limit. Don't go the wrong way down streets. Don't drive down railroad tracks, that type of stuff. But try to simulate or act out your bug out plan. And maybe try to do this once a year. Now, first off, try to do it as an unexpected thing. You know, have your family or whoever, you know that, hey, this weekend we're going to be doing a little bug out, but we're not going to know when it's going to happen. So what you could do is set your alarm clock to go off at a random time. Either your phone, you know, the alarm clock by your bed, whatever you use. You know, set it, but don't look at the time that you're setting it for. When it goes off, that's your warning time that, okay, we need to start bugging out right now. So if it goes off during the night, you know, you got to get up, get everyone awake, get dressed, get their stuff loaded up. Now limit your loadout time or your load up time. Give yourself a set limit of say 15 minutes or 30 minutes. You don't want to be loading up stuff for 3 hours. That's probably not very realistic. You're probably looking at 30 minutes or less. Depending on the type of scenario you're doing. Take only the planned items. So whatever items you anticipate to take with you for bugging out, load those up and make sure they're loaded up within the time limit. If you don't have everything loaded up within that set time limit, you know, those items get left behind and you start executing your bug out. Something that I have heard of people doing is preppers will sometimes have it where they will time, say, their kids. They'll have like bags or boxes set up, you know, hanging from a hook inside the pantry or the prepping closet, whatever they have. And they tell the kid, you know, they hit that timer on their watch. They don't tell the kid how long of a time they have, you know, and they start getting their hearts pumping and that stuff. Hey, load up, you know, go get everything loaded up, get it going, go, 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 go. Get the bags filled up, get the food, get the drinks, blah, 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 blah. You just start tossing information at them as fast as possible. See if they catch it and all that type of stuff. Get them a little bit stressed out while they're doing this, like it would be in real life. They get all that food and that stuff loaded up that they can within the time limit. And then, you know, once your 5 minutes is up or whatever for loading up the pantry, then it's getting the stuff over to the back of the vehicle, getting it loaded into the vehicle. And if they have other kids, maybe if they have older kids, the older kids are loading up the bug out bags, the duffel bags, the rucksacks, whatever on the vehicle. Then the younger kids are coming in, you know, once the time limit's up for loading out things from the pantry, they're loading those bags of food and drinks and cases of water and whatever, cases of pop into the vehicle. And you have X number of minutes to get that part done. And then, you know, exercise is over with. Or if you're actually going through the bug out, you load up on the vehicle and you roll out at that time. Now, a good thing that you could do as part of a recon on this is follow your expected bug out route. If you plan on going down certain roads and that stuff, this is a really good time to check those out to see how practical it is. But remember, do it safely, follow the speed limits. If it's nighttime, make sure you're using your headlights and all that stuff. Follow the law. You don't want to get pulled over for driving recklessly and then having to explain to the cops that you're just practicing for when the fecal matter hits the oscillating device. Now, anticipate staying out for that weekend and camping out overnight. So maybe throw it into your scenario that you didn't make it to your bug out location. You couldn't make it, you only made it so far. Well, you have an anticipated rest stop where you're going to hold up if need be. So you go to that rest stop and you stay there for the weekend, or you stay there for that night or for that day, however you're doing this, and then move to your next rest stop for the next night, however you're doing it. Always remember light, noise, litter, and camouflage discipline. If you're going to be pulling off into the side of a road, hiding in the woods or in the trees and that type of stuff, maybe you want to incorporate camouflage netting and stuff over your vehicle to camouflage it. Well, make sure that you're working on that camouflage. Make sure you pull your vehicle into those trees good, into those bushes. You pull out those nets. You toss it over to vehicles. You cover up the glass. You cover up the headlights and that stuff. Make sure to get those earth tone colored tarps out over that stuff. Then get the camouflage netting put up, and then you double check it from the roadway or the edge of the roadway or the edge of the woods looking in. Make sure that you cannot see your vehicle. Then go through, do your bug out procedures and that stuff. If you have to do a campfire, great time to work on those Dakota smoke holes. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to be eating foods that do not require much preparation or a lot of work. If you're using MREs as part of your bug out, this is a great time to use the older MREs so that you get them rotated, and then the members of your family are getting used to eating that stuff and how to prepare it. So obviously watch your noise. You don't want a lot of loud talk. You don't want a lot of loud laughing and all that type of stuff. Keep your noise down. Litter. Make sure you don't leave any trash behind. Don't forget to have those small trash bags with you that you can load up on your litter. This includes during bug out and stuff. Whatever you leave behind can be used by someone that's following you to determine where you are at and how well supplied you are. Depending on the food and that stuff. If you're out there with, high-end canned goods or MREs and that stuff, your trash will give that away. If you're out there just using dehydrated meals, you leave those packages behind. That lets them know what you got also. Any little bit of trash can provide intelligence on you. Also remember your sanitation. Remember to properly dispose of your wastes, food waste and personal wastes. So when you do the bug out exercise, you'll probably be wearing your normal street clothes and that stuff when you're driving and that. When you're actually in your little quote-unquote hide location or your little rest stops, maybe you'll change over to more earth tone, but maybe not going full camouflage. Maybe you'll be having the brownish pants or the green colored pants or tan colored pants with a green shirt or whatever type things, so that you blend in a bit with your surroundings without making it too obvious. You don't want to draw too many questions. So But this is just a little scenario for you guys to think about, you know, and a thing to include in your training. And you can do this also in your militia units also. Do this as part of your mobilization exercise. Maybe you're not going to go all the way to your rally point, but you'll get together, you know, at your first rally point, your second rally point, or whatever, and you practice your convoy procedures. You practice your communications and that stuff. You practice your security and all that. Not necessarily with weapons, you know, but when you stop, people get out and, you know, they simulate that they're pulling security. They won't have a weapon in their hand, but they can still stand around and smoke a cigarette or whatever, you know, keep and watch. Practice your hand and arm signals, whatever means of communications you have. And then when you stop for the evening or for the day, however you're doing it, if you're traveling by night or traveling by day, get your vehicles parked the way you anticipate doing it. So if they're supposed to be parked wagon wheel with headlights facing out, then that's what you do. If you're doing it kind of herringbone off on the side of a little road so that you all can jump right back into convoy formation, you backed into the trees on both sides of the road. When it's time to roll out, you pull out, line up on the road, and you're heading straight out. You're just driving straight forward. You know, you're going through, you're practicing all of that. You're simulating all of that. Also simulate what to do if a vehicle breaks down and that stuff. What to do if you get attacked. You come across a roadblock or something. You come across some type of checkpoint. That, you know, practice all that stuff as part of this exercise. Something to think about. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and militia movements, always remember, essayons.